Right, I'm going to do the second one in this book, The Artist Trading Card Workshop. I've had to turn the light off. I'll turn it back on in a minute, but it was really shining on here. So it is, now I've got rid of that, I can put the light back on, hide your eyes. Ta-da! It's the most dullest day here ever. So the next one is watercolour on baby wipes. So baby wipes are a staple on my work table. I've never been one to throw things away, so they're not only used to clean up but to blend colours and background media. They become fabric for an ATC. I use them in sewing quite a lot. They're really good to felt as well, so I tend to use mine all the time. Yeah, so when the paint's been applied to the baby wipes, they have a strong fabric-like feel to them. In addition to making the most of random paint and ink splotches, a variation is to fold the baby wipe in half, apply ink and unfold. It can be like a Rorschach, I think that's how you pronounce it, ink blot test. Have fun. Who do you see? You can also cut shapes from them and stitch onto cards. So what you'll need, a baby wipe. Okay. Baby wipe. Scrap paper. I've got a piece of watercolour and I'll tell you about that in a second. Palette paper. She works on top of palette paper. If you've got a glass mat like me, you don't need to worry about that. Liquid watercolours. I'm not going to use those Daler Rowney inks. I remembered I've got all these re-inkers for the Tim Holtz things. You know, ink pads. So I'm going to use those. Liquid or gel medium. Yep, I think I've got some of that here. No, that's iridescent medium. Matte medium, right out. And scissors. Fairly simple. Right, okay, let's go to the... I've got some quite thin ones here. I got them in Aldi, I think it was, something like that. You do need to have them wet, because I thought, oh, I'll get one out and dry it, but apparently you need it wet, so that's fine. Yeah, it's a weird sort of meshy type baby wipe. I don't know if you can see that, the texture on there. They come in all thicknesses. I wouldn't use a Pampers one because they are super thick, but anyway, use what you've got. So first of all, squirt on water. Set a clean baby wipe on a piece of scrap paper, then set that on a piece of palette paper. Again, she works on those, and randomly squirt liquid watercolour over the wipe. So you reserve the scrap paper that has absorbed the paint. So you can now use that as a background for cards as well. Set both aside and the scrap paper aside to dry. So we'll get that far. We'll do that bit in a minute. So, ready? Let's get messy. I've got a bit of watercolour card here. I don't need those yet. So, I've got a wet baby wipe. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm actually going to cut mine up because I do want to try that folded technique that she was on about. Scissors have magically disappeared as always. They're behind me. Right, so if I cut that one in half, I'll do 4 and use 3, I think. I'm so glad there's so many people joining in with this. Chuffed. Absolutely chuffed. It was just something I thought I'd just, you know, I needed a little arty thing to do. Otherwise I don't do stuff. So yeah, it's great fun. And I'm really pleased that some of you have been able to get the book as well. So yeah. Right, so this, are you about the right size? Yeah, you are. It will stretch, so I'm not that worried. I want to try that folded technique. Let's do that one first. Now, these re-inkers are super, super pigmented. Did I get my water brush? Yes, I did. So I think what I'll do is kind of water it down a bit. What have I got? I've got forest moss. Okay. Victorian velvet. What are you? Aged mahogany. I know that's a very deep red. Peeled paint. And I don't know because I can't read the label anymore. Oh, what does that say? Something sapphire. Right, let's do I'm only going to use a tiny bit. They are super concentrated, these things. So I think what the folded technique is, a bit like shibori. This is why you need a piece of scrap paper. Although it's not getting that messy, which is really good for me. Right, and let that one dry folded. I might put a bit more colour in the middle, otherwise it's going to be a bit blah, isn't it? Let's try Victorian Velvet. Yeah. This is where my lack of colour theory knowledge doesn't help. Welcome if you're new here, by the way. I've had quite a few new subscribers. I think some of you came over from the lovely Tories, you know, YouTube channel. I kind of muddle along, okay? I'm not trained in art, as you probably know. I just play, and I love playing, and I love getting messy, and I sometimes mess it right up, but that's part of learning for me. I learn that way. I do get frustrated with myself, and I do voice it, and I do get told off for it. I'll leave that there for a minute. So let's just blob some on. Let's try the aged mahogany. I've not opened these forever. Again, let's just play. I'll speed some up if it gets a little bit boring. This is Victorian Velvet. Don't look any different. In fact, you look exactly the same. I'll spritz it with a load of water in a minute, and it can sit on this watercolour paper and dry out then. This is going to be a very dark one by the looks of it. Where's my water sprayer gone? Oh, honestly, this room. There you are. Oh, it's very dark. Okay. Spread it right over. Okay, that's fine. And then these, try and go a little bit lighter. Let's just use the old Victorian Velvet. Come on. I've also got this shadow paint. I've not used this for, I can't even remember, years and years and years. Oh, wow. Okay, I like it. I like it a lot. This is my kind of colours. We leave a little bit of white, because why not? Need to make them roughly the right size. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. Right, well, now the waiting game. I need to let this all dry. Don't do it. Oh, I'm going to do it. Right, okay. Right, well, I'm going to let it dry and I'll come back to you. And then we go from there. This one's absolutely soaking. I might put that on something else. I'll be back soon. Right, we're all dry. This one was absolutely sodden, so I'll show you what I did with that. They're quite muted. I guess that could be because I didn't use terribly bright colours, but that's fine. Let's see how this folded one did. I've just had the heat gun on them to speed them up a bit, but okay. Yeah, they're a bit blah, aren't they? But that's fine. We'll work with blah. I'll show you the other bit. I got really messy after I shut the camera off. This one here, I put it in this piece of wadding and squidged it, and then I couldn't help myself. I ended up putting loads of bright coloured inks and stuff on there as well. This is still soaking wet. And then underneath that, because it was running so much, I put a piece of Ossenberg fabric. It's like a cotton. So that's gone through there as well. And then I've got a piece of watercolour paper at the back. So getting a 3-for-1 there. So yeah, it's very very colourful. I thought it'd be fun to stitch into actually with it being wadding. And then I've got another piece here, which again I mopped up the desk with. So there, never stops, does it? Oh, right, I'll just put that back there because that's going to take a very long time to dry. Okie dokie. So what did I end up with here? Yeah, a bit of a hot mess there. The crosses that I put on that one have just completely disappeared. So, but you know, it's whatever. So, where's the book? Behind your... Okay, so once we've done our pieces, adhere the baby wipe to a card and trim. Apply glue or gel medium to a card and then adhere the card to the wipe. Trim the excess using scissors. Note the baby wipe used here was one that came out of the package with an embossed pattern. You may like to incorporate this into your art, or you may wish to use solid unquilted baby wipes. I don't know if you'd consider mine quilted, I'm not sure. But that's it really, and then it's just a case of, you know, decorating it, and I wanted that effect because that's what I was hoping to get with the edges, but obviously didn't do it right. So I shall move the book out of the way. It's still soaking wet here. What the heck is going on? Right. Yeah, as I say, they are a bit blah. This is mixed media card, but that's okay. We'll do something with it. It is what we've got. What's it Tim Holtz says? You get what you get and you don't pitch a fit. So we're not going to pitch a fit. Okay. To avoid drying time, I'm wondering about art glitter glue because I've got to pause again. Right, okay, well I'll do these and then we'll punch out some bits. I'm going to get my paper punches out because why not? I don't put too much on. I'm a bit heavy-handed with glue sometimes. Well, most of the time actually. I'm going to get right up to its edges. You can, of course, put a bit of texture in if you want to. not sticking very well. Let's get a bit of the old 3-in-1 on there, I think. It's not stuck well at all. I don't know if they're quite 100% dry. It's a very, very cold, wet, dreary day here today, so I don't expect stuff to dry at all today. I will get my new bottle out at some point. I refuse to waste all this stuff because it's not the cheapest. I did thin it down with nail varnish remover, which is what you can do with that, so you can sneak in a bit of texture there if you want to. That's better, sticking. Yeah, I don't think you're quite dry, are you? Mind you, it's water reactive ink, so it's going to react to the glue anyway, so let's be a little bit daring, shall we? I'll just clean my hands. Oh well, never mind. Okay, 2. Just going to stick that one flat. Okay. I might just push those aside for now, and we'll. I've got some scrap card at the side of me. I was thinking, sort of florally stuff maybe, or could get some images out. That stuff really stains. While I'm doing that, I might speed it up a bit. Oh, I didn't show you the ones from the last session that I did. I actually put some white pen work on it and coloured in my weird bug thing, whatever he was supposed to be. And I did a load of doodling on that one. I don't know if I showed you that. And then the trees, I just put some more sort of doodly stuff on there. So yeah. So anyway, you can always add. So that's kind of what I'm getting at. Right. I think they're dry enough. Right, let's push those there. Oh, I feel sticky and icky, and ooh, I don't like baby wipes. These are some scraps that I had left over from a another project. These might work quite well actually. Let's do a bit of fussy cutting. I'll probably speed some of this up for you guys so you're not sat there twiddling your thumbs while I'm faffing around with things. Got this little die set. Don't ask me where I got it from. I think it was a Sizzix one, but it might not have been. So I'm just going to cut out some flowers and things. So bear with me. I thought I'd pause you whilst I was doing all that die cutting because that's going to be really, really boring. I've got the other two bits that I want to put on there. So, yeah, so I recut the pot because I thought this one looked a bit nicer than the green one. It was all getting a bit dark, wasn't it? So I'm just going to get rid of that white edge. So we've got 3 flowers. And because I know when you do ATCs, if you do a set, if you like, they're meant to have kind of a cohesive theme about them, so that each one's going to have a butterfly basically. So I'll put these together with you and then they'll be done. Yeah, I need to find some little images. I've got those weird ones that I got from Ictopili on Etsy, but they're not quite right for this. They're a bit too big. It's these weird and wonderful ones, but they're too big for these. So I need to have a good scour on Tinternet and see what I can find, I think. Right, okay. So let's just get these puppies stick down. Yeah, it's really unusual using a baby wipe, especially on card. I've never thought of doing that, I must admit. So it's been an eye-opener, which is all good. I'm hoping the glue will stick to this, I'll be honest with you. But it generally sticks to most things. Oh, actually I want that on the little one. Darn. No, get off my finger. So yeah. That'll be project number 2 done. They get harder. I'll warn you now. I had a quick look through the book. I thought, oh my word. But if I can do it, then anyone can do it. and I know you can as well, so just take your time, really have fun. This is what this is all about for me, just having a blast playing with these bits and pieces and making little mini bits of creativeness. Yeah, it's good fun. I thought I'd put the word kindness there because I always associate flowers or a bunch of flowers with being gifted them, so this is what we're doing. And these are the Tim Holtz sticky tape, and I just put the sticky tape onto card and then I'm just chopping it up and using the words basically. We need a little die cut butterfly. Let's put it down there. So that's number one. I'll do some pen work in a minute. Let's get this one done. Oop, oop, flying butterflies. So, got this door image. I cannot remember where I got it from, but I obviously have it. I've got all sorts of pots and wonderful things around me, so I am a collector of small things, as I think a lot of us are actually. I think I'll have that way up. I thought we'd call him the King of Hearts. These are little playing cards that you get in the Christmas cracker. Might not get that whole ticket in there, so we'll rip that one there. I'll put that there. And I thought he looked like he was going on a journey because he's got his top hat and his travelling coat. So I'm going to put the word journey on there as well. Cool. Let's put you there. He's already inked, so I can put him. Oh, I've got to stick that card down first. Oop, that's stuck. Okay. I really would like you to move. Where should we put the word journey? I'll put that there. I know it's a faff, but cool. Quite like him actually. I was a bit like, what should I do for the last one? So I'm just gonna, got some vintage, what's it called? Vintage sepia ink. feels really weird having fabric behind there, but weird in a good way. Okay. One of my blocks and set that on him. Stay. Okay, last one. Now this one, because I tore the holes in it, I kind of thought I'd put these beads, these paper beads on as chrysalis, do you know, when they come out of their cocoons? That's the word, not chrysalis. I'm just wondering about putting 2 on there. So okay, and I've got the word amazing because it is amazing when they when you think about the metamorphosis that they go through. It's today's big word for you. Just need to knock back those white edges there because they are very white. Yes, I'm still a junk journaler. I haven't done any of that for ages. I must get back into that actually. I thought as a ink colour I'd try this pumice stone. It's kind of a weird colour actually. I'll put those on in a moment. Kind of like a grey green. It's nice. Didn't trim that one up, did I? What a silly Billy. It's not quite dark enough. Whoa. This is ground espresso. This is really dark, but kind of want that. Yuck. So I can, it doesn't matter that they're 3D. I mean, obviously these things flatten down if you post them, but it's fine. I think in there, just nestled in amongst those 2 cocoons. don't think that's going to stick, but we'll find out. So there we are. That was prompt number 2, using baby wipes. Let's just put some these work on baby wipes. Yeah, they kind of do. I say I use them in felting and machine, you know, free motion embroidery. Make really good random bits of stuff to play with, basically, because you always end up with lovely colours and they just kind of disappear. This is not working very well. Yeah, so don't ever throw them away. I know I certainly don't. So let's do a bit of Posca pen work. Cool. Of course it wants to catch the nib, but that's okay. Okay, that's number 1. How are you doing, fella? Can't actually draw. Well, you kind of can with this one because it's gone harder. That might be enough on that one. That's number 2. This one, I don't think I want to put too much on there, I'll be honest with you. I quite like it the way it is. I might just try a little bit of yellow, some yellow dots maybe. It's not the right pen to be doing this with. Oh. Right, I'm going to stop before I end up messing it all up. Right, okie dokie. Well, I'm going to call that done. Again, enjoyed that. It was a bit messy. I think in hindsight I should have sort of done it part 1 yesterday, part 2 today, but I didn't, as usual. So get rid of that white bit of that ticket. So let me give you a close-up and I'll say ta-ra, and hope you join in. A lot of you have got the book, so you're flying away, so that's all good. So that's that one. That's the butterfly one. And the pot of flowers. Again, learning. Should have used brighter colours in the background, but that's fine. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye. It will be next week, by the way, because I'm back to work next week, so probably next Friday or something. Alright, I'll see you then. Bye.